Welcome to the Web Accessibility Training. My name is Lei. I'm your training facilitator. In this course, I'm going to introduce you to the topic of web accessibility. You get a broad introduction to assistive technology and the needs of people with disabilities, but also a concentrated look at what you can do to ensure that your web content, navigation, and design are all accessible and usable. By the end of this course, you should be able to understand and communicate the importance of web accessibility, familiarize with web accessibility standards, identify the basic elements required to ensure web accessibility, know where to find related resources. The first step in creating an accessible website is an understanding of web accessibility. Web accessibility refers to the practice of making websites equally accessible by everybody, especially people with varying disabilities, such as blindness, deafness, paralysis, etc. The effective application of accessible design and development practices can make sure that all users have equal access to our information and site functionality. Web accessibility also benefits others, including older people with age-related impairments and people with low literacy or people who are not fluent in the language of the website. Now, imagine if you are trying to get information on unicef.org, but you couldn't see photos, or couldn't read the content, or couldn't navigate the website. What would your experience be? Please click on the scenarios below to find out. According to WHO and the World Bank, 15% of population have disability. Individuals living with significant limitations in functioning often experience exclusion from full participation in their communities, and lack of access to information contributes to this exclusion. Building accessible websites serves UNICEF's mandate of promoting social equality and inclusion. Website accessibility allows more people to be actively engaged, contributing their perspectives and insight. As a result, it helps society reach a fuller potential through greater collaboration and innovation. The mandate of UNICEF's work is guided by three conventions: the Convention of the Rights of the Child, Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, and the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Please click on the conventions below to learn more. In the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, disability is defined as an interaction between persons with different levels of functioning and an environment that does not take those differences into consideration. We need to be aware of functional diversity and apply techniques to make the web content accessible. Here are a few examples of how our functions could vary by different disability group. Please click on the circles to learn more. Many common accessibility considerations don't involve any kind of special use of technology, and a lot of these are related to low vision. For people with low vision, high contrast mode and increased text size are important tools. The image below shows UNICEF website's current homepage on low contrast mode. Please flip the image to see the same page on high contrast mode. Pay attention to the differences in navigation, font colors, and images. In the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, disability is defined as an interaction between persons with different levels of functioning and an environment that does not take those differences into consideration. We need to be aware of functional diversity and apply techniques to make the web content accessible. Here are a few examples of how our functions could vary by different disability group. Please click on the circles to learn more. People who are deaf will not be able to access auditory modes of operations. For example, voice narration without the text. Therefore, at least one mode of operation that does not require hearing should be provided, such as text on screen as shown in the image below. For someone who has limited hearing, the enhancement of the clarity and the reduction of the background noise will help them to better access information. People who are deaf will not For someone who has limited manipulation or strength, it could be difficult to work with ICT that requires manual actions, such as entering complex code that requires the use of both hands. As an alternative, one-handed operation could be a solution.